Welcome guys to the 1% Club and back with another video and on our Vigor Warriors channel too. Hope you guys are staying on your purpose. Appreciate all the comments and all the subscriptions and the likes and donations. I'm hoping that this information gives you a chance to kind of get a different insight on things and provide information that's going to kind of help you become a better person. And certainly you want to become the best person you can become. And in our society right now, we need that. We need a lot more vigorous males and females to be able to kind of take up the mantra and not waste all their energy and kind of go in different directions that we shouldn't go. Even though society is telling us to go one way, I believe that we're really kind of living in a matrix and we need to be going the other way. So this one, gang, is going to be on relapse to escape. And this is an issue that I wanted to talk about because we've talked about it in a couple other videos, but I want to kind of delve on it a little bit more. So go ahead and subscribe and like and comment if you like this video and like what we're doing here. The idea here is the fact that we have to, in order to understand what retention really means and the importance it has in all our lives, even though people tell you that if you go ahead and you need to release several times, you're going to get prostate cancer and all this other kind of stuff. It's kind of, to me, silliness. I have never seen that happen. And, I just think it's just, in people's minds, a way to eliminate masculinity. And I think that whether it's being done purposely or just through a subconscious type of thing, that you cannot allow anyone to take away your masculinity. And this is the important type of thing. So why then would we focus on something like relapsing? A lot of people do it. It's hard to go 30 days. It's hard to go 9 days. It was hard for me to go 15 days. But one of the things I realized was not only was I having issues with what the doctors were saying and all society was telling you about, letting your energy go, things like that. But then also, I had two other issues. One is that when I got bored, I felt like this is the way to get excitement. And then suddenly also I felt like I had to get escape from all the stress and things that are happening. And so a lot of people tend to relapse to kind of get away. They have a lot of stress going on with all the problems, and they feel like that this extra dopamine will give them the extra shot they need to overcome the problems they're facing. And so that may be the case for a couple minutes because it will release dopamine. But the idea, guys, is that and I know I felt terrible after I did those things. And I felt just unbelievably bad. And, I felt guilty and I felt more anxiety and I felt more stress after I did it than before I did it. So in my mind, this is one of the worst things you can do is go ahead and release just to get away from the stress and anxiety. What the retention does is your retention allows you to become stronger. And when you're stronger, you're able to fight off a lot of these negative attitudes that create the stress that makes you want to escape. No matter what's happening around you, like Epictetus said, it's how you react to it that matters. And all these negative things might be happening to you, bad relationships, financial issues, health issues, all these things might be happening to you, but it doesn't mean you react to those type of things any different way. You're still going to be on your journey. I think a lot of times these things are put in front of us by the devil, Satan, whatever you want to call this thing, and they put it in there to stop our journey. Because they realize the power that this has, this keeping your seed at all cost, right? Unless you're going to have a child. That's the only exception you're going to shoot for, is to have children. What you're doing then is creating a mindset of not spending time wasting your energy. And you're going to then focus your energy on accomplishing things and not just to relapse to allow to get stress out of your life. Because it's not really reducing stress. I thought it would. I thought it was the right thing to do, but I was wrong. And basically what happens is that you end up feeling a lot weaker, a lot less energy, and all of a sudden your fear is not gone. It's now double for, and all of a sudden you feel worse. You feel more anxiety, more depression because you're weaker. It's almost like you become a very weak man. And because of that, what ends up happening is that now you are more susceptible to illness. I haven't been sick in a long, long time. I don't even remember the last time. Well, I guess I do remember, but this was many, many years ago. The last time I was really sick, 2011, 2012. And a lot of it's because of, I believe, the retention and all the exercises and things that I do on a daily basis to accentuate the seed, the identity you have, transmuting it. And I do believe that even if I have gotten sick, I wouldn't even notice it. A sniffle here and there. I may have had a sore throat once or twice. But all these things happened after I stopped releasing. Okay? Now, I was still depressed and anxiety, even though I wasn't really sick. I still was in those states where I felt fear and anxiety because I wasn't on my plan at that point. About a few years ago, obviously 550 some days, I then realized what I was missing when I didn't retain. And with the retention now I'm not feeling fear or anxiety. So even though I'm still staying as healthy as I was, I even feel like I'm even healthier now, going monk mode. And I'm healthier because now I don't have that fear, anxiety. I'm not, scared of releasing to go ahead and make myself, feel less stress, or so-called feel less stress. So this whole idea, guys, to release to escape is something that you have to kind of think about, because I think it affects a lot of us. We get into these situations when things are going well and we have good news in our life. A lot of times we're not going to go ahead and release. Even if you find an attractive person, you might have some fun, but you're not really going to. The purpose is not to release stress. Some people do that, and I've seen people over the years talk about how this is supposed to be a great exercise. Well, there's parts of it that could be a good exercise, but the bottom line is releasing is not a good thing. Not unless you're going to have a child. And I think all those experts and people who tell you that are a little crazy. And I also think that when you look at celebrities, interesting enough, a lot of them do retention. And that's something to think about. If those people who are the elite people in Hollywood and things like that, they're doing retention, that tells you all you got to know right about that. And all the people who know, who realize the truth, and to hold on to their seed and not be brainwashed like a lot of people in our society that we need to go ahead and release several times a day, in order not to have prostate cancer and all these other kind of stuff you're talking about. I think your body, and we'll talk about maybe a holistic type approach one of these days, but I think your body can solve most of your illnesses before they start, and even when they happen, they can help you. So that's why I go back to this whole thing, is that you don't need to release to escape. You don't need to release, period, unless you're going to have a child, and that's when you're going to go ahead and procreate, and that's a whole different way to release. So once again, guys, when we talk about this whole idea, it's almost like you're working backwards. You cannot be releasing just to relieve stress. There's other things you can do to release stress, and you can transmute this energy. And first of all, on retention, I believe you won't be, if you're in for a long period of time, you're not going to have any kind of long-term depression, anxiety. I don't believe that's the case. I believe that you're keeping that seed inside of you. You're becoming very strong, and you're becoming a lot of focused, and you're not going to have a lot of illnesses and all the benefits of retention. And then therefore, you're not going to have the need, because to feel stressed, to go ahead and think negatively. You're going to think more positively, that you can achieve things and accomplish things, and that's going to lead you more to trying to be successful. And you're not going to have time in your life to go ahead and release stress. You're going to find other ways to do that. You'll be too busy to be too stressed out. And I think that's the key. So once again, guys, the key is to go ahead and continue to stay on your purpose, on your plan, know your goal, and use that energy, vibrations you have, to succeed and to accomplish wealth and accomplish things that you want in your life, and not to be chasing people just to waste energy. And that's the last thing you want to do. All right, so guys, that's enough for this one. Until next time, battle on.